So what do you guys think about the just concluded Miss Universe Philippines Finals? Masaya ba kayo sa naging resulta? Yan ang pag-uusapan natin in today's episode, so stick around for my thoughts and insights.
Let's go straight to the source of the story time.
Do you think the swimsuit competition of Miss Universe pageant is still there?
She was flawless, she was superb, she was very chill, she was flawless, she was superb, she was very chill, she had more confidence, had more confidence. For me, I find it
So the Miss Universe Philippines final has just been concluded, and Rabia Mateo from Iloilo is now our new Miss Universe Philippines. So what do you think about her win? Nagulat ba kayo? O deserving ba talaga siya? Ako talaga, nakita niyo naman from my previous YouTube video, she was my #1 overall pick. So I was really happy that she made it all the way till the end. So congratulations, Rabia. So now, I'm gonna review about what we saw earlier during the show. Okay, so i-breakdown natin to by portion. So let's start with the stage and production. I love how simple but elegant the stage was. The LED backgrounds were so lovely to look at on television. It really more than made up for the small stage. I was able to appreciate it during the opening speech where everything in the wall was pink at the background. It was soft, it was feminine and classy, straight out of a shampoo PVC shoot. Now, we go to the host, Casey Montero. No doubt Casey Montero is a pro when it comes to hosting. He made the whole proceeding smooth and engaging. Love how he made the girls feel comfortable on stage during the opening speech. I felt that contributed to majority of the girls doing so well in the competition. Although Casey did really well, I wish there was somebody who would do a color commentary similar to Lou Sierra or Carson Kressley in Miss Universe to make the proceedings more fun to watch. Pero guys, na-realize ko talaga na they really want to contain all the people who are involved in the production or in the show because alam niyo naman pandemic, and ang goal talaga ng Miss Universe Philippines was to organize this pageant smoothly without having anyone involved contracting COVID-19. So nagets ko talaga if the production was very lean and mean, talagang they really did their very best despite the limitations imposed on them. So still a great job, Miss Universe Philippines. So now let's go to the opening outfits. I really love the silver dresses provided by the organization because it reminded me so much of the Sherry Hill dresses that we usually see in both Miss Universe and Miss USA. I love how they chose one color to gauge the girls side by side in terms of styling. But you know, a part of me wishes maybe they could have incorporated some Filipino touch on those dresses. I wish they could have probably taken inspiration from Skelly's prelims Filipiniana dress kasi talaga in terms of sa pagka-fun and flirty na terno. Kasi isipin nyo, imagine nyo yun, kung yun yung outfit din ng girl na yung dress ni Skelly, tapos yung isa hot pink, blue, yellow, violet, that would have been unexpected. And from there we can gauge the girls' personalities based on the colors that they chose. Diba fun? But overall, okay naman for me. So now let's go to the top 16 format. You know, I was pleased with the results overall. I got 14 girls correctly out of the actual top 16. I missed Romblon and Misamis Oriental, but they turned out to be pleasant surprises. It really goes to show that the judges went for an overall package or an equal balance of smarts, beauty, and advocacy in the selection. I hope it will always be like this year in and out. And now let's go to the swimsuit segment of the competition. For me, Filipino artistry was so evident in this segment of the competition. For me, also, this is one of the highlights of the competition, that it was so lively and engaging. I love how these white fern Amato swimwear was used because it was such a good throwback to the swimsuit competition of Miss Universe 2002. I love how Sir Amato incorporated Filipino elements with that panuelo style, that almost looked like a kimono robe during the show. Was it piña fabric that he used? It really made the girls more classy despite showing skin. And for me, it's really a modern, fresh take on the traditional sarong or cape. The combination of panuelo and white swimsuit made the girls look more clean, fresh, and mayaman tignan on stage. And I also love the fact that they did not wear tippy tops. Love how they used smooth sandals for this instead. Ang ganda lang talaga, sobra. Pero meron lang ako minor critic. I noticed though that some of the girls did not know how to work it. The shawl or the panuelo style shawl that they used during the swimsuit segment of the competition. As it probably, in my opinion, mas sanay siguro silang gamitin yung shawl, yung typical shawl sa training nila. Kaya when they were presented with a panuelo as an alternative, parang ibang mga girls parang medyo nalito on stage as to how they would execute their showmanship. So this is where the likes of Eliza Manilao came in very strong, because nakita mo naman as a professional model, you know, litaw na litaw talaga yung pagiging sobrang galing niya talaga on stage. She really outperformed everyone in this segment. I also think that, you know, Bohol also stood out here because of her clean styling. Other girls who also performed well are Albay, Taguig, and Cebu City and Cebu Province. Although the stage was small, alam mo, na-appreciate mo talaga that they really gave more time. The organizers gave more time for the girls to do their pasarela, to be showcased on stage. The girls were able to do a lot of multiple twirls, poses, hair flips that really showcased their personality. And it clearly showed that they were really having fun on stage. So kudos to the organizers again for allowing these girls to have fun on stage. So now let's go to the top 16 format of the competition. You know what, I really love how the top 16 girls were given an equal chance to showcase their worth in terms of showcasing themselves mentally and physically. It was a fair format, similar to Miss Intercontinental. Top 16, tapos top 5 kaagad. I also love how they did it in batches, because you can really see that they are practicing social distancing and quarantine guidelines on stage. However, I wish, if there's a critique here, the organizers put, the girls' headshots and some little information about the girls on the screen, so that we could get to know more of the girls, or really get to know them in a different light. Now let's go to the evening gown segment of the competition. As you can see, there were no guys serenading the top 16, as the organizers opted to showcase the guest performers through their music video in the background. I really thought it was a clever choice to give the girls the full attention that they deserve from all of us. I really could not comment on the musicality of the performers, as I am not really a fan of boy bands. As for the girls, again, I really thought Eliza Manilao and Bohol and Bella Ismael did so well in this round. Eliza definitely was channeling her inner Minorca Mercado vibe with her white, clean, and crisp Filipiniana number. On the other hand, Bella Ismael also did so well in this segment. Her two-piece blue ball gown was a clever idea, as it made her a Bollywood princess for me. It made her look longer on stage. Same goes to Bohol's Colleen Amelins, who really looked every inch a royalty in her blue number as well. There was no doubt that she really looked more polished and elegant with her hair up. Other standouts here in this round are Pasig and Taguig. You know, Sandra Lemodon from Taguig also had a great styling in this segment of the competition. It was very fresh, she looked current, she was styled very well, and I really love the fact that her choice of heels was Amina Muwadi. Ang ganda ng execution, and I love the color as well, mint green. It's a color that is being rarely used by girls in pageants, pero she was a risk taker. She was able to pull it off successfully. Rabia, for me, on the other hand, was also beautifully styled, but I think she performed better in her prelims gown than her performance here in the finals. On the other hand, I was underwhelmed with Albay, Paula Ortega, Cristel Abello of Aklan, and Lou Dominique Pixon from Mandawi's color choices when it comes to their gowns. Although the gowns of Aklan and Albay were made well, the gray or silverish color of their gowns made them blend in the background. As for Mandawi, for me, I really appreciate the thought process that was involved in making this gown. Leaves na mga dahon na pinagtagpi-tagpi, but the lime green elements made it look like a costume. Had it been gold or emerald green, that would have made a greater impact on stage. Just my opinion. Going to the top 5 girls have been giving solid and consistent performances from the time they went up to Baguio all the way to the preliminary competition. Although I wish Eliza would have been part of top 5, hindi ko alam kung sino ang tatanggalin ko kasi each girl registered strong presence in the show. Each of the girl in the top 5 gave a solid performance that cannot be denied. Although Eliza deserved to be part of top 5 based solely on her performance at night, her performance throughout the past 2 weeks have been hit or missed. Alam mo yun, kasi alam mo the reason, ako may observation lang din ako. There are 2 things that may have contributed to Eliza not missing the top 5 of the competition. Ito lang, this is just my observation, hear me out. I'm not sure kung valid ito or hindi. Doon sa top 16 when she was doing her opening speech, di ba she spoke in Bisaya. She delivered it very confidently. Now I wondered how her answer was translated in English or Tagalog because there was no standby interpreter during that time that was seen on stage. Tapos nakita na lang natin naka-flash sa screen yung translation niya. So I wonder how the judges scored her during that night. May translator ba talagang nandun sa show na translate yung answer ni Eliza before the judges gave their score, or paano ba yung naging process like? So sana next time it would have been better if there was a standby interpreter to really translate or interpret Eliza's answer on stage, so that probably the judges could really score her accurately. And number 2, doon sa evening gown competition niya, alam mo, kinilig ako when she was channeling that inner Minorca Mercado vibe in her evening gown presentation. Pero napansin ko, medyo kinabahan ako sa kanya noon. Although she was executing it very well. Back-to-back sila ni April Smith na naka-white na Filipiniana, and April Smith came ahead of her. So, hindi ko alam kung, alam mo yung parang hindi ko alam kung nag-cancel out ba silang dalawa because they were both wearing the same colors, same design. Tapos, alam mo yun, nawala na yung wow factor eh. So, hindi ko rin alam talaga kung ano talaga yung dahilan. Pero kung tatanungin niyo ako, kasi tinatanong niyo ako, ano kaya yung mga dahilan? Right now, yun na yung pwede ko maisip. Yung nangyari sa kanya, yung theory ko sa kanya sa opening speech, tsaka ito, yung tingin kong nangyari sa evening gown, pero parang feeling ko nag-cancel out sila ni April sa isa't isa. But you know what? Even with those things, even with my theories, if I was the judge who really did well best in swimsuit or evening gown alone, si Eliza pa rin talaga, kasi makikita mo talaga na, modeling is her strength. Walking elegantly and stuffing her stuff on stage. Plus, her modeling experience helped her big time. Yung galawan niya talaga sa stage. Same sa beat ng music. Diba? Napansin niyo? Very professional talaga. So, going to the top 5 in the Q&A, alam mo, lahat sila, si Pauline, si Michelle, si Bailey, si Rabia, saka si Michelle, wala talaga silang tapon. From Michelle to Pauline, they would all deliver given the chance na pasalitain mo sila or pahawakin ng microphone. Walang nakakaangat at nangumulela. For me, Rabia's beauty is similar to the beauty of the girls we have been sending in the previous decade. Very Venus Ra, Janine Tugonon, Tapos, alam mo yung jet black, yung hair, Filipinang itsura. Nagkatalo na lang talaga siguro sa mga panlasa ng judges last night. Because each of the top 5 girls could be a worthy representative. Kung ganyan ang mga sagot nila sa Miss Universe, magiging super proud talaga ako. Tapos yung, if we will assess Rabia's beauty, her beauty will really make her a standout in Miss Universe. Hers is the type of beauty na very classic that I feel like will be appreciated universally kasi pwede siyang magmukhang Latina, Indian, mulata, depending on how she will be styled. If ever we will have apprehensions about her, we just have to remember that she is part of the Aces and Queens family, whom has been known for transforming their girls to a heavy contender come Miss Universe season. So for a lot of people to complain that Rabia is small, let's just take into consideration that Rabia is taller than Pia. And for the sake of argument, baka sabihin niyo, ay si Rabia nandadaya lang, nambubuto lang sa camera angling, the reason why she looks or appears tall on stage. Look at her other rivals na lang. Bella Ismael from Parañaque, who is also one of the shortest in the competition. Tignan nyo, she acquitted herself in the evening segment of the competition kasi she looks so tall in that segment that, I really think it all boils down to styling. And with Aces and Queens by her side, alam mo talagang lalaban yan. So if I were to assess Rabia's chances in Miss Universe right now, ako siguro there's nothing that she has to do drastically. All she has to do is, do all these minor steps. Probably, if you will ask my opinion, I would want her to, make more social media engagement para mahasa talaga siya na, para makita natin yung personality pa niya, makita pa natin yung authentic self niya, what does she do for fun, paano ba talaga yung personality niya. Kasi alam mo, yun yung mga things na hahanapin talaga natin come Miss Universe time yung personality niya And parang doon sa aspect na yun, doon lang ako nakukulangan sa kanya. Number 2, I would also encourage her to explore more styling choices now that she is the newly crowned Miss Universe Philippines. Because let's admit it, her face is really her biggest asset going into the Miss Universe competition. So we also need to see versatility from her when it comes to this aspect. Para talaga, alam mo yung come Miss Universe time, magugulat na siya. And lastly, I feel like how Rabia performed during the prelims and the finals kanina, alam mo, pwede kong sabihin kahit bukas na ang Miss Universe, handang-handa na siyang lumaban. Kasi alam na natin yung caliber niya sa interview. Hindi tayo kakabahan. Kasi we know that she could speak. And her passerella skills are also good. So there's nothing to complain about. So, for me, I think it could only get better, di ba? In due time. So, there you go guys. Ako talaga, masaya ako na naitawid ng Miss Universe Philippines organization yung pageant nila this year despite the pandemic. Hindi na ako, kung napansin niyo review ko, hindi na ako masyado nag-nitpick sa every detail kasi talagang alam mo yun, ma-realize sana ng mga pageant fans na ang hirap for the Miss Universe Philippines organization na iakyat all the way sa Baguio yung pageant just for them to be able to move freely around because as we all know sa Manila dito, ang talaga matindi yung cases ng COVID-19 and sa Baguio, COVID-19 free sila doon. Talagang marami silang ini-implement na stringent measures for them to achieve that kind of success right now at this time. So, alam mo yun, and based on my reliable sources, hindi talaga nila kakayanin gawing live yung telecast ng show kasi nga, doing a live telecast of the show will entail more people in the production and they cannot afford to do that because ang goal talaga nila before talaga nila sila umakyat ng Baguio is that hindi magkaroon sila, talagang ma-maintain nila yung zero COVID-19 case all the way hanggang sa matapos nila yung finals night sa Baguio. Did you know that every 5 days nagpapaswab test sila sa LGU sa Baguio? At hindi biro yun hindi libre ang, for sure, may costs o expenses involved yan. Ang mga candidates sila, 46 plus yung mga staff. So talagang kahit sabi mong kahit ipaglaban pa natin yung delayed telecast para hindi magkaroon ng mga leakages or spoilers, hindi talaga maiiwasan na talaga for this time, talagang doing a tape telecast talaga is the best option at this time. So sana ma-appreciate na lang natin yung wisdom tsaka hard work na ginagawa ng Miss Universe Philippines Organization, kasi hindi talaga mabiro gumawa ng stage ng pageant at this time. Tapos considering na meron pa siyang pang deadline na ini-impose ng Miss Universe Organization natin na we really have to crown a delegate by the end of November. Diba? Actually nga November 1 yung original date, pero right now I can see other countries hindi pa sila nangongorona ng mga delegate nila. So let's just be grateful for what they have given us. So kung meron kayong reklamo sa choice of music, sa styling, you know, it could only get better kung matapos talaga itong pandemic. Dahil for sure naman, kahit walang pandemic, for sure bongga ang Miss Universe Philippines, di ba? Aminin natin yan. So, for now, congratulate na. I can't wait for Rabia's journey in the next few months. I'm really excited to follow her kasi talagang saktong-saktong, alam mo yon, super all-around performer talaga si Rabia. Very commercial ang face, nangangabog, nangumuda, nanlalamon sa microphone, tapos nanlalamon din sa stage, di ba? Yung pagiging heartbroken na naramdaman ko kay Dina when she did not win Miss Universe Thailand, super, alam mo yung bawing-bawi sa pagkapanalo ni Rabia ngayong taon. So guys, what do you think about my overall assessment for the Miss Universe Philippines finals that we have just seen? Agree ba kayo sa overall assessment ko or hindi? O kung ano man yan, feel free to share your comments down below the comment section para makita ko yung punto de vista nyo. So guys, meron na tayong bagong Miss Universe Philippines winner. Sana supportahan natin siya all the way. Iwasan na lang po natin mag-foster or mag-instill ng negativity sa social media, because di naman biro din yung pinagdaanan ni Rabia to get where she is at right now. Ako talaga, sinasabi ko, parang malakas ang laban talaga natin sa Miss Universe. And I'm so contented na medyo top 10, top 20 na lang tayo, because we really can't win it all the time. Ngayon nabubuhayan ako kay Rabia kasi para siyang Demi or Olivia Culpo sa ganda. Talaga, parang nabubuhayan ako ng loob na at least pwede ulit tayong pumasok sa top 5 or top 3 or even win the crown this year. All-around performer, consistent performer si Rabia, and I'm so glad Miss Universe Philippines Organization could not have picked a better winner than her.